What if she's got you pegged as the guy who'll always stick around waiting in the wings? Hey folks, buckle up. She's certain you're the one who'll keep showing up. Keep texting first. Keep proving you're worth her time. But what happens when you pull the rug out from under that assumption? What happens when you turn the tables and drop a lesson so sharp she never saw it coming? See, Stoic friends, attraction isn't just sparks flying. It's the edge of doubt, the pull of the unknown, the moment you ease off so she has to lean in. Most guys, they're too spooked to try it, terrified she'll slip away if they stop the chase. But here's the real deal. The men who leave an imprint, the ones she can't shake from her mind, are the ones who step back, who aren't scared to let the silence speak, who make her feel the gap when they're gone. That's who she ends up running after. Hang tight with me, because by the end of this, you'll have the roadmap to flip that script. No tricks, no sleazy moves, just pure stoic grit that'll have her chasing you like it's her idea all along. I've seen it play out, man. Guys stuck in the loop, chasing shadows, until they learn this one hard truth and watch the tide turn. We're diving into how you shift the game, how you plant that seed of curiosity, and how you become the man she can't let go of. Ready to see her rethink everything she thought she knew about you? Hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and drop a comment. I'm flipping the table. Tell me, Stoic friends, what's got you hooked on this? I'm reading everyone. Let's kick this off strong. Number 1. The power shift starts with you. 400 words. What if most guys have it backwards, thinking they've got to tweak her feelings to keep her hooked? All right, folks, let's cut through the noise. The real shift happens the second you stop treating her like the sun your world spins around. It's not about begging her to see your shine. It's about proving you're rock solid with or without her spotlight. Marcus Aurelius nailed it when he said, "You've got dominion over your own head, not the chaos outside." That's the gem too many miss, Stoic friends. You can't steer her heart, her whims, or whether she drifts back your way. But you can call the shots on how you stand, how you move, and whether her silence rattles your cage. And here's where the magic kicks in. When she clocks that you're not tethered to her every nod, when she senses your peace doesn't hinge on her thumbs up, a switch flips in her head. She starts puzzling over it. Why's he not scrambling? Why's he not buzzing my phone? What's he got that I don't see? This isn't some head game, man. It's straight up human wiring. When something's always in reach, it's just background noise. Pull it back, and suddenly it's gold. Seneca had a line that hits home. We don't lack time. We squander it. Chasing her approval? That's pouring your hours down the drain. Flip that. Pour it into your own grind, your own fire, your own steady ground. I've been there, Stoic friends. Used to fire off texts like clockwork. You free tonight? Now, I'm out stacking wins, lifting iron, chasing a project, kicking it with the crew. She feels that shift, that empty space where I used to hover. And that's the lesson that stings. When you stop putting her on a pedestal and start building your own tower, you turn into the one worth climbing for. No need to snap or sulk. Just pull back, stay unshaken, be the guy who knows his weight. She won't just spot it, she'll feel it deep. And when that hits, watch her start circling back. Drop a comment, folks. Ever tried dialing back the chase? How'd it land? Type, "I'm my own anchor" if this vibes with you. I'm reading every one. Stoic friends. Hit that like if it's clicking, subscribe if you're in. Let's keep this rolling. Number 2, detachment is magnetic. 400 words. Ever notice how a guy who doesn't flinch just pulls you in? All right, folks, here's a truth that hums with power. There's something electric about a man who stands steady, not rattled, not sharp, just grounded, no matter what's swirling around him. She can sense that vibe from a mile off. Stoic friends. When she picks up that her coming or going doesn't tilt your axis, it lights a spark in her head. She starts wondering, why is he not shaken? Why is he so cool-headed, so rooted? That's the hook that reels her in, and it's not some act. It's the Stoic gold Epictetus dropped ages ago. What messes us up isn't the stuff that happens, it's the stories we spin about it. Most guys, they buckle when she pulls back, overthinking, chasing, practically tripping over themselves to get a reply. But the man who holds his line, who doesn't blink at her quiet spells, he's the one who sticks out like a beacon. This isn't about faking it or icing her out, man. It's about carrying a peace that's forged inside, not borrowed from her glances. Whether she's all in, half out, or long gone, you're still standing tall, still good. I've felt it myself, Stoic friends. Used to stew when she'd go dark, refreshing my phone like a lost cause. Then I let it go, kicked back with my own rhythm, sipping coffee solo, hammering out a project. Next thing I know, she's texting, "Where you at?" Not because I begged, but because she felt the shift. Picture it, a room full of guys buzzing around her, fishing for a nod while you're over there, chill, owning your space, not hunting for eyes. Who's she gonna clock? The swarm or the steady rock? That's the pull of detachment. It's not you chasing her thoughts, it's her chasing yours. You're not pushing for it. She's drawn in because you're the one guy not scrambling for her spotlight. That quiet strength, it's a magnet she can't dodge. Tell me in the comments, folks. Ever tried just letting it ride? What flipped for you? Drop steady pulls. If this hits home, I'm reading every one. Stoic friends. Hit that like if it's sparking. Subscribe if you're locked in. Let's keep this fire burning. Number 3. Your value exists without her. What if your worth isn't tied to her texting you back? All right, folks, let's get this straight. Your stock doesn't dip whether she's blowing up your phone or leaving you on read. You were a solid force before she rolled in, and you'll still be standing tall long after she's just a memory. Stoic friends. Your value? It's not riding on her smiles, her replies, or her green light. It's forged in your own steel, your own grind. Marcus Aurelius cut through the noise with this one. Stop debating what a good man is. Just be one. That's the Stoic core, man. Focus on crafting a version of you that you'd salute in the mirror and let the rest fade to static. Too many guys hand over their backbone the second they lock eyes on her, bending over backwards, playing the part they think she'll clap for. But here's the twist. That hustle to please. It's a repellent, not a lure. It screams you're the one auditioning, not the one calling the shots. Flip that lens. Your worth isn't up for her vote. It's carved from your own rules, your own drive, the way you show up every damn day, with her or solo. I've been that guy, Stoic friends, tweaking myself to catch her nod until I woke up and started stacking my own bricks, sharpening my mind, pushing my limits, chasing what lights me up. A man who's hammering out his own path, his work, his strength, his purpose. That's a rare breed. And rarity turns heads. She'll start wondering, why is he not leaning on me? Why is he so steady without my say-so? That's not you gaming her. It's her catching a whiff of something solid, something she can't just grab off the shelf. When she clocks a guy who's whole without her propping him up, that's when the gears shift. She's not picking you. She's chasing a spot in your orbit. You're not begging for her spotlight. You're the flame she's drawn to because you've built it yourself. Drop a comment, folks. Ever felt your value kick in when you stopped chasing her approval? How'd it feel? Type, "I'm my own steel" if this lands. I'm reading everyone. Stoic friends. Hit that like if it's ringing true. Subscribe if you're rolling with me. Let's keep stacking this up. Number 4. Silence is a weapon and a mirror. What if the loudest move you make is saying nothing at all? All right, folks, let's lean into this. Sometimes the heaviest punch lands without a sound. Most guys think they've got to talk their way back into her orbit, firing off essays, pleading their case, piling on words to prove they're still in the game. But a man who knows his ground, he lets silence do the heavy lifting. Stoic friends. When you pull back, when you let the air go still, you're not just stepping away. You're carving out a void that speaks louder than any rant ever could. That quiet becomes a mirror, reflecting back everything she's got to wrestle with. Her own head, her own echoes of you, every laugh, every spark you brought to the table. Without you filling the space, she's left staring at what's missing. This isn't about sulking or spite, man. It's about handing her the room to feel your weight gone. Seneca hit it square. A stone's not shaped without some grit, nor a man without a test. Your silence isn't a jab. It's her chance to sit with what life's like without your voice in the mix. I've played it both ways. Stoic friends used to flood her inbox when she'd ghost, thinking I'd reel her back with a wall of text. Then I flipped it, went quiet, hit the trails instead, let my phone gather dust. Next thing I know, she's pinging me. You good? Not because I begged, but because that stillness got under her skin. Think about it. When you're always there, always buzzing, she's got no space to miss you. But step out? That hush turns heavy. She starts replaying the moments, wondering why you're not chasing. If she's lost her grip on you, that's the Stoic edge. Negative visualization in real time. You're not twisting her arm. You're letting her taste the draft of a world where you're not hovering. No groveling. No "please notice me." Just the calm of a man who doesn't need to shout his worth. I've seen it shift gears with a buddy too. Jake, solid guy, used to chase hard till he went radio silent. She showed up at his spot a week later, all, "Where have you been?" That's the mirror at work. Folks, forcing her to face what she had, what she might have let slip. If you brought real fire, laughter, strength, that steady vibe, she'll feel that gap sting. Your silence isn't just her test, it's yours, proving you can stand firm without her echo. Master that, and she'll start wondering if she misread the board. That's when the chase kicks in. She's not running from you, she's running to you. Drop a comment? Folks, ever let silence do the talking? How'd it shift the tide? Type "quiet cuts deep" if this lands. I'm reading everyone. Stoic friends. Hit that like if it's hitting home. Subscribe if you're in. Let's keep carving this path. Number 5. The calm within the storm. What if her silence doesn't send you spinning? All right, folks, here's where most guys trip up. When she goes quiet, they unravel, replaying every word, firing off texts like a SOS signal, scrambling to patch the gap. But not you, Stoic friends. You're the steady pulse in the chaos. Not chasing, not pleading, just rolling on with your own tide. That unshaken calm? It's a rare spark, man, and it's the kind of fire she's not wired to ignore. Epictetus laid it out clean. It's not the storm that breaks you, it's how you brace for it. Her pulling back, going dark, testing your grip. That's just wind blowing through. It doesn't crack a man who's anchored deep. Most guys show their cards the second she steps away. But you're the one she can't rattle, and that's what flips the script. This isn't about playing tough. It's about owning a stillness that throws her off balance. She's used to the meltdown, the "what's wrong" barrage, the frantic grab for answers. When you sidestep that mess, she's left squinting. Why is he not budging? Does he even care? I've been there. Stoic friends. Used to lose it when she'd ice me out, pacing like a caged dog. Then I switched gears, kept my cool, hit the weights, let the quiet settle. Next thing, she's circling back. "You been all right?" Not because I chased, but because that calm threw her a curve. Picture it. She's stirring the pot, tossing out tests to see you flinch, and you're just there, steady as stone, locked on your own path. That's the draw. She's not dodging a storm. She's chasing the guy who walks through it without a sweat. That cool-headed vibe does double duty. It scrambles her playbook and pulls her in tight. You're not bending to her whims, not cracking under her weight, just thriving in your own lane. That's stoic strength, man, valuing your own peace over her static. She'll come sniffing around that unshaken core, drawn to a guy who doesn't bow to the gusts. Drop a comment, folks. Ever stayed chill when she pulled back? What shifted? Type "calm holds" if this clicks. I'm reading every one. Stoic friends. Hit that like if it's landing. Subscribe if you're riding this wave. Let's keep it rolling. Number 6. The lesson of scarcity. Ever wonder why the rare stuff always feels like treasure? All right, folks, here's a law carved in stone. What's scarce turns heads. What's always there just gathers dust. It's human wiring, stoic friends. Hand something out like free candy, and it's barely a blip. Make it a prize worth earning, and suddenly it's all anyone can think about. That's your attention, man, your time, your energy, your spark. Flood her with it, and she'll shrug it off like yesterday's news. Tighten the tap. Let it trickle only to those who've earned it. And watch the dynamic twist fast. Marcus Aurelius dropped a truth bomb. Your head mirrors what you dwell on. Obsess over her. Orbit her every move. And you're the one dimming your own glow. Shift that. Dwell on your own climb, your own steel, and she'll feel the ground shift under her feet. Most guys botch this. They're wide open, always on call, bending schedules just to catch her eye. But a stoic plays it sharper. He guards his flame like it's gold, only sharing it where it's matched. I've been on both sides. Stoic friends used to be the guy who'd leap at every ping, dropping plans to keep her in the loop. Then I pulled back, started pouring that heat into my own forge, running trails, sketching late, living my beat. She'd text, expecting instant replies, and I'd hit her back when I was ready. Cool, steady, not scrambling. Next thing, she's doubling down. "You've been quiet. Everything okay?" That's scarcity kicking in. Not because I'm dodging her, but because I'm too busy stacking my own stack. She's not missing a doormat. She's missing a man who's got his own rhythm. Think of it like this. She's used to you being a sure thing. Always there. Always reachable. A steady hum in her day. Then you dial it down. Not cold, Not petty, just focused elsewhere. Giving her a taste when it fits your flow. That rarity? It's a jolt. She starts seeing your time as a spark, not a given. I had a pal, Nate. Try this. He stopped hovering, started chasing his own gigs. She went from take it or leave it to showing up at his door, curious why he wasn't circling anymore. That's the lesson. Folks, your attention's not a free pass. It's a flame she's got to reach for. When she senses you're a man who's got better things brewing than begging for her nod, she'll start craving a piece of that fire. It's not a trick. It's you valuing your own fuel. Drop a comment. Folks, ever pulled back and seen her lean in? What changed? Type rare shines. If this strikes a chord, I'm reading everyone. Stoic friends. Hit that like if it's clicking. Subscribe if you're riding this wave. Let's keep forging ahead. Number 7. Boundaries without explanation. What if you don't owe her a rundown every time you draw a line? All right, folks, here's the raw deal. Shaky guys spill excuses, strong ones just hold the gate. Most men think they've got to justify their limits, tossing out, I don't like when you, or could you not, like they're bargaining for a nod. But a man who's got his footing, he doesn't beg for respect. He plants it firm and lets it stand. Stoic friends. You don't argue. You don't grovel. You don't preach about what you deserve. If she steps over your edge, you just ease back. No fuss, no fireworks. That move alone? It's a signal louder than any lecture, and it's got Epictetus's stamp all over it. Don't talk your way, walk it. Live your code, man, and she'll feel the weight when your words match your stride. This isn't about flexing or flapping your gums. It's about carrying a line she can't blur. If she senses you'll bend the second she pushes, you're just noise. But show her you'll step off, calm and clean, when she doesn't play square. That's a jolt she won't shake. I've been there, stoic friends, used to explain myself till I was blue. I just need you to see. Then I quit the chatter. Next time she flaked, I didn't nag, just dipped out, hit my own groove. She circled back fast. Why'd you go quiet? Not because I whined, but because that boundary hit her square. Women don't tip their hat to guys who fold at the first shove. They lean toward the one who stands tall, who'll walk rather than waver. That quiet spine, it's what flips her view. When you hold your ground without a playbook, she's left guessing, why's he not biting? Did I push too far? That's the spark, folks. She's not dodging a nag. She's chasing the respect you didn't demand, just owned. It's not about preaching your worth. It's about being the guy who doesn't blink when the heat's on. She'll start rethinking her steps, not because you spelled it out, but because you showed it cold. That's the stoic play. Respect starts where your line holds. No words needed. Drop a comment, folks. Ever set a boundary and watched it shift the vibe? What clicked? Type, lines hold power if this rings true. I'm reading everyone. Stoic friends. Hit that like if it's landing. Subscribe if you're in. Let's keep this rolling strong. Number 8. You walk away from the table. 400 words. What if the toughest move is just standing up and stepping off? All right, folks, here's the gut check lesson most guys dodge. They're so scared of losing her, they cling tight, piling on effort, fighting to glue her in place, even when she's half out the door. But you? You're cut different, stoic friends. You've got that amor fati vibe, the love of what's real right now. If she's drifting, you don't wrestle the tide. You let it flow, because a man who knows his roots doesn't scrabble to pin down what's not his to keep. Marcus Aurelius had it pegged: accept what comes and let go what goes. That's not folding, it's steel, man, the kind of strength that flips the whole damn board. Most guys grip harder when she pulls away, thinking more sweat, more words will flip her back. That's fear talking, and it hands her the reins. She knows she can drift and you'll still be there, waiting, not you. You rise and walk, not bitter, not loud, just steady. I've lived it, Stoic friends. Used to hang on, texting through the fade. We good? Then I learned to let go. Next time she flaked, I didn't chase. Just turned the page, hit my own stride. She popped back. Where'd you go? Not because I groveled, but because that exit stung her radar. When you show you're fine without her shadow, the worry shifts. She's the one thinking, did I miss the mark? Is he done for real? That's the pivot. Her fear of losing you kicks in when you're not afraid to lose her. This isn't about spite. It's about owning your lane. A man who will walk doesn't need to beg for a seat. He's got his own table, his own fire. She feels that shift, that calm that says you're not tethered to her whims. That's rare, folks. Guys who'll let the chips fall instead of stacking them up for her approval. She'll circle back, not because you demanded it, but because she's drawn to the guy who doesn't buckle. You're not chasing her stay. You're choosing your peace. And that's the man she'll fight to keep in sight. Drop a comment, folks. Ever walked away and seen her turn back? What hit different? Type, steps hold weight, if this lands. I'm reading every one. Stoic friends. Hit that like if it's clicking, subscribe if you're in. Let's keep this rolling. Number 9. The power of your absence. What if stepping out makes her see what she's lost? All right, folks, they say distance stokes the fire, but it's more. It sets her mind racing wild. When you vanish from her frame, when you let the quiet stretch long, she's got no choice but to sit with the echo, Stoic friends. She's not brushing off your latest text or tuning out your voice. Nah, she's stuck, replaying the reel in her head, stitching gaps with guesses about where you're at. That's the human itch, man. The less she's got of you, the more she hungers for the taste. Seneca threw down a line that cuts deep. Living itself takes guts sometimes. Most guys can't stomach the fade. They crack, ping her too soon, can't sit with the empty. But the one who can roll solo, who's at home in his own skin, that's the rare spark she can't shake loose. This isn't a game of hide and seek. It's you living full without her shadow trailing. When she clocks, you're not lurking, not hovering for a crumb, but out there carving your own trail. It flips a switch. I've tested it, Stoic friends. Used to cling when she'd drift, firing, you there, into the void. Then I let it ride, went dark, chased my own beat, sketching under the stars. She hit me up. Been a while. What's up? Not because I chased, but because that blank space gnawed at her. It's like pulling a thread. If you're just some background hum, she won't blink when it's gone. But yank out a real stitch, depth, grit, that steady hum you bring, that absence bites. She starts piecing it together. Did I sleep on him? Is he gone for good? That's when she moves, not out of guilt, but craving what she let slip. Your absence isn't a sulk. It's a spotlight on what you laid down. Most buckle under the quiet. But you thrive in it, showing her a man who doesn't need her echo to stand tall. That's the Stoic flex, walking off clean, no grudge, just forward. She'll feel that hole, not because you begged her to, but because you're the kind she can't blur out. Drop a comment, folks. Ever gone quiet and watched her reach out? What sparked? Type "gone lights up" if this hits. I'm reading every one, Stoic friends. Hit that like if it's ringing, subscribe if you're in. Let's keep this blazing. Number 10. You are the prize, not the pursuer. What if the chase flips because you're the one worth catching? All right, folks, here's the game changer. You're not the guy running after her. She's the one trying to snag you. Why? Because you've stepped into your own weight, Stoic friends. Not with some slick playbook, not with cheap moves, but by being a man so rooted she can't just walk past. Most guys see her as the finish line, scrambling to win her stamp, acting like her yes is the key to their shine. But a Stoic flips that hard. Seneca cut it clear. The poor man isn't the one with little, it's the one who's always grasping. You don't need her nod to glow, man. Your spark isn't up for grabs. It's forged in your own fire, your own discipline, your own steady climb. Too many roll from a dry well, spot a woman they want, and hoist her up high, thinking she's the piece they're missing. That's a trap, and it reeks of chasing. You're whole already. Your value's not a bargaining chip waiting on her call. I've danced that dance, Stoic friends, used to bend over backwards, firing texts like lifelines, hoping she'd toss me a crumb. Then I woke up, started stacking my own wins, sharpening my edge, living my own beat. She'd ping, and I'd reply cool, not desperate. Suddenly she's the one doubling back. You free later? Picture two guys. One's buzzing her, tweaking his life to fit her slot. The other's steady, carving his own path, letting her step in if she fits. Who's she eyeing? The clinger or the rock? That's the shift. When you're the prize, you don't chase scraps. You don't beg. You don't twist to fit her frame. You stand firm, a man who's earned his own respect. That quiet heft, it's a pull she can't dodge. She doesn't want the guy clawing for her okay. She's drawn to the one who knows he's enough, who picks her as a plus, not a must. I've seen it flip, man. Once I stopped hunting her green light and started lighting my own, she started circling. That's Stoic truth. You're not after her crown, you're wearing your own. Drop a comment, folks. Ever stopped chasing and watched her move? What clicked? Type, "I'm the catch." If this lands, I'm reading everyone. Stoic friends. Hit that like if it's hitting. Subscribe if you're in. Let's keep this rolling. Number 11. The hardest lesson of all. What if the real win is claiming yourself before anyone else? All right, folks, here's the toughest nut to crack. The final lesson that separates the steady from the shaky. Most guys build their whole world around landing her, betting that once she's locked in, they've hit the jackpot. But that's a rickety scaffold. Stoic friends, pinning your core on someone else hands them the reins to your peace, your choices, your spine. When she drifts, you're dust. The Stoic gold? You're yours first. Marcus Aurelius carved it in stone. A man's measure is the size of his aim. Your aim isn't her, it's bigger. Man, your drive, your grit, the fire you stoke solo. A man whole on his own doesn't need her echo to stand tall. He's already got his roots deep, and that's the magnet she can't dodge. Too many trip here, thinking if they just show enough heart, bend enough, prove they're all in, she'll stick. That's not how it rolls, though. She's not wired for the guy who's a shadow of her whims. She's pulled to the one who's a mountain, unshaken by her sway. I've stumbled through it. Stoic friends used to think chasing her yes would fill the tank, dropping my own beat to match hers. Then I flipped it, started chasing my own climb, hammering out goals, waking up for me, not her ping. She'd go quiet, and I'd keep rolling. Next thing, she's texting, "You've changed, what's up?" That's the paradox. Man, when you stop leaning on her to feel full, when you lock into your own rhythm, she starts tuning in. She's not chasing a pleaser. She's after the guy who doesn't blink for her okay. This is Stoic steel. Your worth isn't her call. It's yours, built from the ground up. You're not here to snag her approval. You're here to carve a path she can't help but notice. I saw it with a buddy, Tim. He dropped the chase, poured his juice into his craft, and she went from mare to knocking on his door, hooked on why he wasn't circling anymore. That's the pull. Folks, a man on his mission, who's got his own wind, doesn't need to borrow hers. She starts wondering, why's he not tripping over me? What's he got that I'm missing? That's when she moves. Not because you begged, but because your self-mastery's a rare damn glow. You're not desperate for her spotlight. You're the flame she's drawn to, because you lit it without her match. That's the hardest lesson. Owning yourself first flips the whole dance. Drop a comment. Folks, ever put yourself first and watched her shift? What sparked? Type, "I'm my own root if this hits. I'm reading everyone." Stoic friends, hit that like if it's landing. Subscribe if you're in. Let's keep this fire roaring. All right, folks, here's the wrap. Everything we've unpacked comes down to this. The power to shift how she sees you starts in your own hands. Embrace that stoic steel, stoic friends. Quit reacting, start owning your ground, and put your peace above her nod. It's not about dodging her worth. It's about stacking yours so high she can't look away. When you master that inner forge, when you roll with purpose over pursuit, you don't just catch her eye. You become the flame she can't forget. This isn't a chase. It's you rising undeniable. Love this? Smash that like it fuels the fire. Drop a comment. How's this flipped your game? Check out those videos popping up for more stoic heat. Subscribe, hit the bell, stay in the loop. Till next time, keep forging your own spark. You've got this.